Is my internet good? You ladies hear me? Welcome to Food for Thought. Tell me. Technical difficulties. Also, my eyes are dry AF. Here we go. And I didn't feel like putting on contacts. You're gonna need to deal with the reflection of the glasses. It has been too long. I know it has been way too long, but your girl is back. Hey, Graham fam. Tell me, how has your summer been? Okay, listen, some of you are already back to work. Some of you, your children started back in school. I cannot wait for my boys to go. I mean, I love them, but my house looks like I'm losing a game of Jumanji, and my oldest boy moved home 2 weeks ago, and it's not even funny, man. It's like, yo, it's not even funny. I don't know if I'm on Facebook. So tonight we're going to chat. Oh, I hate when it does that. Just a minute. Gonna have to be okay. We are gonna chat. Food for thought. I'm gonna bring the heat. We'll bring it. Give me some fire emojis in the comments. Tell me if you're feeling it. I just want to get you pumped up because September is right around the corner, and that is really flipping close to January. Right? So we got to get going because 2020 is right there. Hey, Facebook. Hello. I think somebody's on. So tell me how fired up are you right now? Do you feel empowered to like finish this year strong? Like to like go in this last quarter and just like nail it? Right? If you're feeling that, you're going to give me the fire emoji in the comments. And if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling like, man, this is just hard, give me the sleepy emoji. Come on, I need you ladies to fire me up as I take some agua. Let me see what is happening. What is happening? Am I not on Facebook? Let me just check real quick. All right. Also, I need to tell you, if you weren't aware of the event that's happening. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My God, it has been way too long. Okay. I am Crystal from feedthatglow.co. I am a women's empowerment coach online. I help women stop eating and spending their emotions, basically, right? And teaching them to start honoring their bodies from a place of love and respect instead of punishing it with exercise and all the things. So, hey, Jose. So as you come in, say, hey, tell me how's it going? Sorry for the glare and the glasses. You're just going to have to deal. I didn't feel like putting on contacts. So here is it. Here's the thing. I wanted to come on today because September is right around the corner. Also, FYI, my birthday month. I got some surprises for you because on my birthday month, I like to surprise and you know, hook everybody up. But hey girl. So here's the thing. I wanted to come on and share a really funny story. So I don't know if I put the title, I think I did on Facebook. The title of this talk is going to be called, What Would You Do If You Could Not Fail? Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a funny story, right, that I can laugh at now. So some of you may or may not know, but I have a podcast called Project Glow Radio. And I wanted to talk about this. Yes, I had a few episodes drop this week, and really, really cool ones coming next week as well. But this is hilarious. A year ago yesterday, was the first time that I recorded an episode. The first time. So it was the first time I ever recorded an episode, and it was like pretty messy. So this talk is called, What Would You Do If You Could Not Fail? Right? So here is the thing. I recorded my first episode podcast, hey girl, hey Michelle, a year ago yesterday. And I remember it as if it was really yesterday. So what did I do? I was like, I'm at a point in my business. My website was just going to get launched. I bought the name Project Glow Radio. And I was like, I want a podcast. Like, I want to do this. I want to dive into this world. The thing is, I know nothing about it. Okay, so what did I do? I Googled it, like really quickly. Google how to start a podcast. That's exactly what I did. Okay, how to start a podcast. And this is hilarious. I didn't know enough to know enough. I did not know enough. So I watched a few tutorials. I was like, yeah, sure, I got this. The woman I interviewed was Melanie Knight, so we were in a coaching program prior to this. So I knew her because we had been in a coaching program for 2 years. So I knew of her. She was doing really cool things. I was like, cool, I want to get some practice. She's doing awesome things. I want to introduce her to an audience that I didn't have. So here we go. I set up my GarageBand and I start the podcast interview. So I had questions for it. And I remember being so stressed. I was like, what questions am I going to ask? Like, how am I going to get her to explain her business? She lives on the other side of the world. Like, all these things, right? And this is hilarious now. At the time, it wasn't. I realized that I wasn't recording her. I was only recording my voice. So I had a complete freak out. So she had been talking, I'm gonna say probably a good 10 minutes. She had just explained her whole story of how she got into business and how she hired her first business coach and how we came to know each other through that coaching program for online coaches. And so she's in the middle of explaining this, and like I was captivated by her story, but also freaking out because I'm like, oh shit, this is not even recording her. Like, I'm a big, like, what the hell do I do? So I say, hey Mel, I don't think this is recording. So she stops talking and she asks me to she was gonna pause and ask me to play it back. So I play it back and I realize it was just recording my voice, okay? I looked like an idiot, okay? And this is what this talk is about tonight. I have always been brave enough to look like an idiot. I don't care what people think, because when I want something, I want something. And this talk is about what would you do if you could not fail, because too many of us, we have dreams, we have goals, we have aspirations. We want to write a book, start a business, do whatever, right? Think whatever you want to think, but then we get stuck. And why do we get stuck? Because we get stuck in this trying to be perfect. We get stuck in our ego. We get stuck in what other people are going to think about us. We get stuck of what we think of ourselves, right? And this is what impedes you from actually growing. So I looked like an idiot. I said, yo, what do I need to do? And she explained to me, do you have Zoom? And I was like, no. So she explained this program to me. I immediately download it, sign up for it, buy it, like right live. I get it installed. I invite her back on the call, and then we redid everything from scratch. Okay, so she had blocked off a certain amount of time for me to do our interview, because a lot of you people understand time. We're all jam-packed. And I knew that she was taking away time from her business and her family to do this with me. So she had to start all over again. And we had a little bit of laughs. Yesterday I laughed even more because I was like, wow, that was a year ago. That was exactly a year ago. And I'm about to release episode 40. Episode 38, 39, and 40 are coming, right? And I'm like, how hilarious is that, right? I started with a dream of wanting to do something. I sucked at it. I sucked a lot at it. I mean, I'm still not as good as I want to be, but I'm showing up. So I want you to tell me, put it in the comments. Is there something in your life that you want? Like, what is it that you want? So let's put the star emoji. Give me some love. I need some interaction, people. Come on, it's been way too long, way too long. Give me the star emoji if you're feeling this. If you are like, yes, I have a goal. You don't have to write it in, and if you're brave enough and you put it in, I'm gonna give you extra love. So you have a goal, you have something in your heart you want to do, but you're stuck, okay? So you're gonna put the star emoji because you have something you want. And I'm gonna give you actionable tools to start getting after it. Yes, I'm getting some likes. Give me some hearts. Do something, people. Come on. So here's the thing. You have to be willing to get in the messy of it. Life is messy. Humaning is messy. It is supposed to be like that. So although I looked super unprofessional and I felt really bad because we had to restart the whole thing, I learned a lot of hard, cool lessons, right? And it helped me grow. Hey, lady. Hey, Lise, how's it going? So that's the thing. You have to be willing to get in the arena. You have to be willing to just show up and just be in it, right? Because you're not that person who has that goal yet. You have it, but you can't achieve it until you take the steps to get there. So you have to be willing to show up in the mess of it, regardless of what other people think and of what you think of yourself, right? You have to have, you just gotta go. You gotta be ballsy and just do it. So here is what I wanna talk to you about. The thing that is keeping you stuck is that too many of us are stuck on all the things that we think we need to get done before we'll take the steps. We think that we have to research it all and do like, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you, no, first of all, I should just start introducing myself as I'm Crystal and I'm a 7 on the Enneagram, and this is why I jump without always thinking, hey Amanda girl, how's it going? But I'm gonna give you some tricks right now. So I don't know if you have a pen or somebody wants to write it in the box, in the comments, in the box, because this is gonna help you. Number one, actually, first of all, write down what your goal is. Write down what it is you want. What do you want? Do you want to start your own business? You want to write a book? Want to go back to school? Want to leave that dead-end relationship? You want to explore the world? Like, what do you want? Write it down, okay? Then we're going to get real clear here. Real clear. This is step number 1. Too many of us are wasting time planning instead of execution. Hey, Shanna, can't wait to see you tomorrow, girl. Too many of us, we're wasting time in the planning stages. We'll have it all done, written out on paper. We've overthought it. We go back and we change things because it's like, wait a second, it can't be like that, right? We're planning, we're over planning, and then we never get to the execution. And this gap, I don't know if both of you can see me, the Grand Fam and Facebook, We're taking too much time in the planning stages that we're not actually jumping. And I want to give you permission right now to, yes, have your goal, write it down. Also, yes, have some kind of an idea of a plan. Like, you know, me, I Googled how to start a podcast. How do you start a podcast, Google? Right? How many videos did I watch? A few. Did I suck at it? Hell yeah. Like I just said, I did an interview with this woman, Melanie Knights, and she had explained her whole story of how she got into business and all the cool things. And I was like, yo, this is not really recording us, right? Oh, shoot. Oh, shit. What do I need to do, right? And then quickly learn and jump and go. So you can plan, but do not overplan. Too many of us. Listen, nobody has it figured out. We're all just winging it. All of us. Give yourself permission to plan a little bit and jump into execution. Why? Because that is where your magic is going to come. That is where we're going to figure out, hey, listen, I'm doing a live event. I've never done a live event. I've done a retreat. It was amazing. I love the energy of that. And I've gone to one live event in my life. I'm planning a massive live event. This event, PS, is going to cost me way more than my wedding. Way more. Okay, so like, if you want to hang out with me, have mini dance parties, all the things, shameless plug, just come to my event, Amplify in November. See, I've never done this and I'm jumping. Okay, so I have like a slight planning. I have a little thing of what I do and I'm executing. I'm not waiting, right? I'm not waiting. I'm jumping. So you have to go from, instead of this much planning, to this much and this much execution, okay? Because how you start now is going to give you the skills and the tools and all the things to start taking those steps and just start showing up in it and just start understanding it. Like at the beginning, and any new skill, listen. Any new skill that we learn is hard. Learning to brush your teeth was hard. Learning to walk was hard. Learning to drive was hard. So give yourself that permission. This is step number 2. Give yourself that permission to allow yourself the space to be a beginner. Because the first time you learned to walk, the first time you learned to do anything, it sucked and it was hard and it took twice as long. So yeah, editing podcast episodes for me and setting it all up and doing video editing and all that stuff, like, it was hard. Now I can do it like almost my eyes closed. I've been doing this so long. Like I just said, my podcast is about to be a year old. A year ago yesterday was the first interview I did. Okay, so we're going on episode 40. Like I can do it now quicker. Why? Because I allowed myself the space. I allowed myself that suckage, right? That really uncomfortable stuff to grow. And the way I do things now is way different. Why? Because I learned along the way. So a little bit of planning, a lot of execution. Number 2, allow the space to be a beginner. Tell me if you're feeling it. Get to execution, Amanda's saying. Don't overthink it. Exactly. Number 3, and this is going to be a big one. And I didn't bring a paper. I did just a second. I need to get you ladies some props. I have props for number 3 because it's going to be really good. Number 3, this is important. So important. When you decide to start showing up in whatever it is your goal, right? You are going to be super excited, perhaps, maybe overexcited like me. That's okay. But also, really discern who you take advice from. Okay, I have a hard rule with myself. I do not take advice from anybody who's not in the arena with me. I don't. I will take advice from somebody who's doing what I'm doing, right? That's how we go. That's how we learn. Too many of us, we are taking advice from people that are not motivated to do what we're doing, but they have all the answers, right? So here is a little trick you're gonna do. You're gonna grab a piece of paper, okay? And you're gonna do this with me. You're going to rip off the corner. Actually, this is probably too big. You're gonna, just the corner. You're going to, this is still too big. You're going to put down all the names of those people whose opinion matters to you. And you're gonna write them down. And you're not making your writing this small, okay, ladies? No. You're gonna write their name down in your normal writing skills, and you're gonna put it on this paper. And then you're gonna take this paper and you stick it in your wallet, okay? It's small on purpose. Why? Because those people whose opinions actually really matter to you and it's gonna make a big impact on your life are the only ones who should be on this paper, okay? There are gonna be some friends that are not gonna understand what you're doing. There's gonna be some family members that are not gonna understand what you're doing. People are gonna think you're crazy, but that's who changes the world. Crazy people. People who are brave enough to look stupid and fall on their face. So you're gonna discern who you're taking advice from, okay? So yes, and on that, the tail end of that, I'm gonna say, as you're searching for your advice and you're looking, I'm gonna encourage you, always invest. Invest in somebody who's gone that way. Invest in somebody, like, do your research on the person, right? But it's always good to invest in yourself to get to where you wanna go by somebody who's done that before, okay? Otherwise, you just spin your wheels, right? You're just gonna spin your wheels. But if that is something you really want and you want to take the big leap and you want to show up in it, I mean, I've invested in business coaches because I'm like, yeah, one day I want to quit my job, right? I want to do this for a living. So, but my paper is really, really small. Where is it? It's so small I can't even find it now. My paper is really, really small for the names. Like, you can't even see it. Here it is. Right? That's it. That's it. You have to allow yourself that space to be a beginner, allow the suckage, allow for the times where you're gonna be like, yay, this is awesome. And then, man, this really sucks. You have to allow all of those vibes, all of those feels, and you're gonna get into it. And then in a year from now, just like yesterday, on my Facebook memories was like a year later, I'm like, wow, I remembered how uncomfortable it was and how much it sucked and how embarrassed I was. Like, I remember being so embarrassed. And I actually told her, I feel really embarrassed. But you know what? I lived. I survived. Why? Because I was brave enough to show up in it. And ladies, this is where you get your confidence. I have so many of you inboxing me and asking me like, you seem so confident. How do you get your confidence? This is how you get your confidence. It's by taking messy action, showing up in it. Just get messy. It's okay. You're not supposed to know all the things. Hey, Nat, you're not supposed to know all the things. We're going to be learning and growing and evolving until the day we go. So allow yourself that space to get in the messiness of life and show up in for what it is you want, right? So you have to do those things. So the 3 things were, and I'm not sure if somebody wants to write it down. I think Amanda was. 4, be choosy about who you take advice from. Yes, make sure the advice giver is in your arena. Exactly. So step number 1, after you know what your goal is and you've written it down, is to go from planning, instead of this much planning, you're going to do this much planning, to this much execution. Just show up in it. Do the thing. Just do the darn thing. Done is better than none, okay? Don't get caught up in all the little details. So I've had some of you ask me, how do you start a blog? Listen, you just start your blog. You don't need a logo. You don't need to worry about what color font it is. Don't. What is your message, and get it out. Nobody cares about those finer details. You can change those later, okay? So don't get caught on the thing. Get your message out first, right? Number 2, you have to allow yourself that space for the suckage. So get into the practice of doing it. Just do it and do it over and over and over again. Be willing to look like an idiot. Be willing to fail, and I'm all about the failing. Fail forward. Fail forward, because this is going to allow you to see that you're not going to die, and you're going to get back up and go after what it is you want. And number 3, just be discerning with who you're asking or taking advice from. Who are you taking? Because a lot of us, we get unsolicited commentary, unsolicited advice by people who love us, and sometimes people just people who just want to talk. Don't just blindly take that, okay? Be discerning with who you're taking the advice from, especially if that person is not doing what you're doing. If that person is not in the arena with you, if that person is not in the mess of it, they don't really get a say. So you're gonna take that little piece of paper and you're gonna put the people that actually matter, their opinions, on this piece of paper, and it's going in your wallet. And that is what I have for you. So here it is, ladies. If this video inspired you in any way, shape, or form to hurry up and like own the rest of 2019, I'm gonna want you to share this out. Sorry, Graham, this lives for 24 hours, but you can go to Facebook. So you're gonna share this out. And the cool thing about sharing things that you love or things that spoke inspiration or motivation is that it's going to live on your page, so that the next time you feel you need a good kick in the pants, it's going to be on your platform. So you could just go back and rewatch this and be like, what did Crystal say again? I need her to kick me in the pants. I need to feel fired up again. I want to feel that juice. I want to get after what it is I came here to do, right? What did you come here to cause and create in this world? What did you come here to do? My job is to help you remember that. My job is to help you step fully into it and stop being stuck on like what other people think, right? Just show up in it. So share this video out, tag your friends, do all the things, and also have a great weekend. Like, is this the long weekend? This is the long weekend coming up, so be really safe. And the last thing I'm going to say is amplify. So some women don't know what that is. This is a huge, like I just said, I'm spending way more money on Amplify than I ever did my wedding. So like, if you want to hang with me, come to this. It's like my wedding, but like, it's going to be a lot cooler. Sorry, don't tell my husband. It's going to be super cool. I have speakers that are flying in. So I have Erin Brown, who is an author. She's a speaker. She's coming from Kansas. I have Danny Johnson, who was Find the Money Project. She was with the Sweaty Betties, and right now she's the co-host of the Best Life podcast, who's coming to see us. And I have Susan Crawford, who is also doing incredible things in the world. And I vibed with every one of these women. They've all been on my podcast. They've all been on Project Glow Radio. And legit, when I was doing my interview with them, my heart was like, just ask. Just ask. And that's going to be another thing, ladies. Whatever you want in life, if you don't ask for it, you'll never get it. So just ask. Don't be scared of a no, right? If a door closes, it wasn't yours. But don't get attached to that no. If you want something, go and get it. Just ask for it. Show up in it. So these women are coming to Kapuskasing on Saturday, November 2nd. It's a full day event. Lunch is included. We're going to have mini dance parties. Every speaker, I'm going to speak as well, are going to deliver powerful keynotes, okay? There's a lot of surprises I have, like the swag bags. Ladies, just come for the swag bags. Like, I'm gonna spoil you. And you're gonna learn so much. Like, my role for Amplify is this. Why did I choose Amplify? First of all, my word of the year was expand. This is just another name for expand. Amplify. I honestly believe we were all born with a glow, and somewhere along the way, we were told that we weren't enough. And we started believing those lies. My role is for you to remember who you are and start, like, light it up like wildfire, boom, right? Because when you start living your life amplified, everybody gets affected. It's like a ripple effect. So however you show up as your best self, your friends are going to be like, wow, I didn't know we can do that. I want that too. So this is why I created Amplify. It's like, to me, it's like a Tony Robbins event, but just for women, put on by women in our small town. Like, how cool is that? Get your girlfriends. We are going to plan. There's a bunch of surprises. I can't like drop them all now, but like, I'm trying to like, you girls are going to be spoiled. And yeah, there's going to be a potential meet and greet at the end. Maybe. But tickets are on sale. If you are interested, let me know. I'll send you the link. And ladies who don't have PayPal, no worries. I take cash or we do e-transfer. And yeah, super excited. So with that, girls, I'm going to get off now. It has been way too long since I've done a food for thought. I'm coming back, girls, every Thursday. Ooh. And that's something you don't hear often in our small town. There goes the fire truck. Hopefully everybody's okay. So that's what I have. I love you all. Have a good night. My husband just got off work. We're gonna spend some time. I gotta fold some towels. Like I said, my house looks like a game of Jumanji and I'm losing. So that's what I got, girls. Peace, love. Bye, Graham. Here we go. Say goodbye. Peace, love. Bye, Facebook.